We're eating all day? That's messed up. You agree that it's supposed to be our first date and this is how you do? Well, can I have the fake you? I've never been on a first date like this with my wife. Had to go for the bathroom for a quick second. All my food is going, whoa, world, you don't leave food city. Hey, you don't leave food at all. You smashed this in there for me. The world of, hey, you ate all this food. And no man go sit here and pay for this. Like Duke was, I was wondering at first. I was like, no, a beautiful girl like you be seen. And now I know, bingo, right here. I'm thankful that you showed me this on the first date, dude, too, because other people would have. You right. So so you do this, but I really came from the pool. That's just I'm not driving you home. You can catch a ride. No, I'm not pimping up.
Guys, this is why I tell you time and time again, do not, I repeat, do not do dinner dates. Look at this woman. She doesn't only eat her food, she eats his food as well. And look, she has no shame in her game. This is modern women today. Guys, this is what's out there. Good luck. More and more women are complaining that they're not going out. More and more women are complaining that dating in 2024 is rough. Guys, girls, it's rough out there. But the funny thing that I'm noticing that they talking about dating in major cities. Now I can stand if you live in Wichita, Kansas, Boise, Idaho, that dating is rough. Because these are not metropolitan areas. But areas that are huge, like Houston, a big city like Houston, and you're complaining that dating is rough in a big city like Houston, Texas, the Lone Star State, everything is big in Texas, except what? Dating. Why is dating so rough in Houston? Really? Stay to the end because you want to see why dating in Houston and major cities across the nation is tough for women. Coming up next.
People start telling me why am I single, I'm just gonna be like, I live in Houston. I live in Houston. That's the answer, baby. It ain't no explaining from there. Homes of the players and the pimps.
The other day, one of my coworkers was talking about she wasn't getting my notifications on Rewind on my podcast. So she checked her subscription and she was getting the notifications. She was like, I haven't seen your podcast. You talking about women. You talking about dating. You talking about women not dating. So then everyone started to chime in. All the women started to chime in. These are older women. So I said, let's have a little design. A design. Let's do this. How many of you women was out last Friday? Raise your hand. Not one woman raised a hand. How many of you women were out last week Saturday? Not one woman raised a hand. Twice on Sundays. How many women went out Sunday? No one raised their hand. Not one woman raised their hand. But they blaming me or criticizing me because I was talking about women not dating. Now, I was out Friday night. I was out Saturday night. I'm always out. And when I'm out with who? A young lady. But see, the thing is, why am I not complaining? How come you are complaining? What are women, modern day women in 2024, what are you guys doing wrong? Why are men not approaching you? How come men are not approaching you to go out for at least a coffee date, walk in the park? How come women are staying home every weekend? Now, I happen to be off midweek. And guess what I was doing midweek? I was at a park with a significant other. But women, how come during the week you was home? During the weekends you home. So what are you telling me? You telling me that 7 days a week you're by yourself? 7 days a week, you're not going anywhere. 7 days a week, men are not showing up to events, and you're doing these things all by yourself, alone. But see, the thing is, nothing wrong with being alone. Nothing wrong with being alone. As long as you can occupy yourself, there's nothing wrong with being alone. Let's give a round of applause for alone. There's nothing wrong with being alone. There's nothing wrong with being by yourself. But the problem is, you women don't like to handle yourself or don't know how to handle yourself when you're alone. Let's check out these clips of women that are complaining that they are alone and they can't find dates. Before we do that, we're going to take care of some housekeeping. I want you to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for future notifications. That way you are notified when the video comes out each and every week. Let's roll the clip.
Wanting. Are you dating?
Yeah.
How's it going?
I'm wanting to date.
Yeah.
It's limited resources out there, right?
Yes.
Because I'm not getting on an app.
You're just not into
I'm
that.
old fashioned. I'm like, I need to meet you and sparks happen and stuff like that. Because I just believe people make up stories saying who and what they are.
Exactly.
And
What
What are you looking for at this stage, this point?
a partner.
Yeah.
And when I say a partner, I want someone that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That's not intimidating.
What are you looking for at 60? Somebody with a pulse.
When you're dating an older guy, please be careful and do not have kids until you're like almost 30.
30?
Really weigh out your options and date people closer to your age because older people tend to be very manipulative and run game on you. And they play with your emotions and they drag you through the mud just because they know that you're more gullible and vulnerable.
Vulnerable.
I've been with the same person since I was 16 years old. He is now 41 and I'm 26. We just had our 6th child.
What? Now, this is a woman who has 6 kids by the same man. She's 26. He's 41. She's been with him since she was 16. Dating sucks.
Men don't have kids. What is the reason to date a single mom? What is the logical reasoning? What is the thought process? What is the reason that you would risk so much to date a single mom? The number one advice that I hear women telling other women is not to date broke men, right? But the equivalent of a woman dating a broke man is dating a single mom, but in my opinion, it's worse because dating a single mom, it comes with more to lose.
Now, me, I'm a man of a certain age. I'm not 20. I'm not 30. But I notice at my job, I have a lot of young people that work with me. And I notice that a lot of these young people, male and female, they go out. They go out on a Friday night. They go out on Saturdays. Once in a blue moon, they go out during the week. But you notice that these are young people going out. It's a mixed crowd. Guys, girls going out. Some of them are paired because some of them are dating. So they bring their significant other to these dates. Most of these are young people. But I noticed that a lot of young women are complaining that men are not approaching them. Men are not asking them out on dates. So a lot of these young women are home by themselves. But I noticed, like where I work and the other place where I used to work, most of these young women were going out. Most of these young women were going out on dates. What I noticed the most are older women, say for argument's sake, 45 plus. These are the women that are not being approached. These are the women that are staying home. These are the women that are complaining, from my estimation and from my research. These are the women that are complaining. I remember this one woman, she would go on a lot of vacations with her adult son. And I'm like, well, that's cool. You went on vacation with a family member, your son. But wouldn't it have been better if you went with a man of the opposite sex? And it could be something very platonic, but just to get yourself out there. You're way past adulthood, and it's not the same as when you was 19. Women, What must you do in comments? Put in comments what you should do. Or if you are an older woman dating, what did you do to change the narrative? Ladies, gentlemen, want an unfiltered analysis of videos just like this one? Do me that solid. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. That way you are notified when a video comes out each and every week. You're watching Rewind.